Found your mat. All right. I think that we are live from Zoom. Here's hoping, right? All right, I'm gonna pop back over to my Zoom screen here, if my computer will let me. Welcome, welcome. If you are just tuning in, I'm just getting my Zoom set up here for you. All right, there we go. Okay, we got that guy. All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. We actually have some sunshine here in the Pacific Northwest today, which I'm super excited about. Can't wait to take the Nugget on an adventure walk in a little bit. Okay, got that. Come back in here. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the top 3 financial reports that can help you put more money in your bank account. Okay, before we get started, let's go ahead and do one of my favorite parts, which is our engagement. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, go ahead and let me know where you're tuning in from and what kind of business or practice you have in the comments. I love getting to know each and every one of you. And the more engagement that we have on this video, the more people will get to see it on Facebook. So let's get this valuable information into our fellow small business owners' hands so that we can all be successful. And if you hear my toddler in the background, it's just a bonus of working at home. You know, she's my office manager. All good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, maybe, if Zoom will let me. Computer's running a little slow today. Probably have too many windows open, just like my brain. Okay, we want this one. Okay, share. Yay, there we go. Okay, awesome. All right, so we did this already, right? Talk to me, Goose. If you are tuning in on the replay, go ahead and type #replay and then let me know where you're tuning in from and what kind of business or practice you have. Thank you for turning that down, honey. That was very thoughtful. Okay, so if you don't know me yet, my name is Ari Wheeler. I am the CEO and head profit growth strategist at Some Lady Financial LLC, and I specialize in helping holistic pregnancy and postpartum practice owners increase their profits and their impact with my SERVE protocol. We're just going to move through some of these kind of quick here. So like I said, we're talking about the top 3 financial statements that are going to put more money in your bank account. Fun, right? Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm not really huge on the small talk thing, right? So before we dive into the actual reports, I would be doing you a disservice, and I would definitely be remiss if I didn't at least mention the anchor or the foundation for being able to use these 3 reports. And that is simply put, correct, complete, and compliant bookkeeping, okay? As a multiple 6 or 7-figure practice owner, you definitely need a professional handling this for you, okay? You don't want to be doing your own books. It just is not conducive to the growth of your business, right? Let's see. Okay, so like I said, that's just a kind of a non-negotiable there, right? Okay, and then why are those correct, complete, and compliant books so crucial to your future success? Well, you need these things so that you can price your products accurately, so you can know if you are making or losing money, both in general in your business, and then also within specific products and services, okay? It's going to allow you to understand your cash flow, both short-term and long-term. And then, of course, staying compliant with tax agencies, right? Now, the important thing here is to not let this information intimidate you, right? Instead of being intimidated, I want you to be empowered. I want you to be able to use this information to make intelligent, informed decisions for the growth of your practice, okay? All you really need to remember are these 3 basic financial statements to keep track of your money, okay? First up, we're going to talk about the balance sheet. Okay, so your balance sheet does a few things, right? It outlines your business assets, okay? Current assets are cash, like what's actually in your bank account, or something that can be converted into cash within 1 year. Think of like your accounts receivable, for example, okay? And then fixed assets are property and equipment owned by your business. Okay, things that you don't intend to sell. Sorry. So that would be like if you have let's say you have a birth center. Okay, so your furniture, right? The building itself, if you own it, right? All of those things would be fixed assets. Now, when we talk about balance, right? Balance sheet, balance means that the left side of this equation is always going to equal the right side. And if they don't equal, if they don't match up, you've made a mistake. Sorry, I know that's a little bit of tough love, okay? So the equation here is your assets equal your liabilities plus your equity, okay? Really easy way to remember that is ALE, and you can see that fancy little beer stein, that's what I was looking for, beer stein there that I put down there for you, okay? So ALE, assets equals liability plus equity. Okay, next up, we're gonna talk about your income statement, probably more commonly known as a profit and loss, okay? This is where we are going to track your sales and your expenses. Now, the difference between your profit and your loss is your net profit. So the formula for calculating this, right, is your income minus your cost of goods sales, or cost of sales, or cost of goods sold if you have like a product-based business. And that's going to equal your gross profit margin, okay? And then your gross profit margin minus your fixed operating expenses is going to equal your net profit, right? So income minus your cost of sales minus your operating expenses, that's going to be your net profit, right? That's the money that's left over after you pay for all of your expenses, essentially. Now, it's also important for you to keep in mind that your larger assets may be depreciated here so that those larger expenses don't skew your profitability numbers, right? If you buy something for 20 grand in 1 month, right? If you were to put that entire expense on your P&L, that's really going to skew your numbers, right? So that's where you might see something, excuse me, see something depreciated over a period of time so that you get a more accurate accounting of your profitability, okay? And then another key point to remember is that your profit and loss, your income statement, presents your sales and expense activities over a period of time, okay? So usually we run them a bunch of different ways, okay? But you can run them monthly, you can run them quarterly, you can run them for a full year, okay? But it's over a specific period of time, as opposed to your balance sheet, which shows the financial condition of your business at a specific point in time, if that makes sense, okay? So your P&L is a specific period of time, for example, a month, okay? And then your balance sheet is cumulative, right? So if I run a balance sheet for, it's March 1st, okay. So if I run a balance sheet as of February 28th, 2023, it's gonna show me everything from when you started your books to February 28th of 2023, okay? Cumulative over the life of your business. All right, and then we've got statement number 3 is your cash flow statement. And this one is honestly one of my favorites, okay? This is where we're gonna present the income actually received and the expenses actually paid. It's up in bed. You can go get it. It's up there. It should be by your pillow. Yeah, just go get it. So this shows what I like to call the true cash picture, right? A lot of times I hear from business owners like, okay, well, I'm making XYZ amount of money. Why isn't that what's showing up in my bank account? This is where you need this cash flow statement, okay? So the way that you're generally going to see this, or the way it's generally just going to show your beginning cash balances and then all of your cash inflows, all of your cash outflows, and then you'll see your ending cash balance, okay? So I just did like a little example here for you. And excuse me that I'm looking sideways while I do this, but your slides are on my large screen. So I'm just going to look sideways here for a second. So if you had a beginning cash balance, right? So let's just say that you have one business bank account, okay? And you had $25,000 in there at the beginning of the month, okay? Now your net income came over from your profit and loss, right? You had $10,000 there, okay? And then let's say that you had $2,000 paid from your accounts receivable, okay? So we got to add in that $2,000. Then you also paid on your credit card, you paid $1,500 there. So we have to subtract that, right? Cash went out, okay? And then owner equity. So let's say you took a distribution, okay, of $8,000 for the month, right? So we need to subtract that. So that makes our net cash, right? So that's our beginning cash balance, plus this net income, plus this accounts receivable that got paid, minus your credit card payment, minus your owner equity. Oh my goodness, who knew? Okay, and we come up with this net cash of $27,500. Okay, so your ending cash balance then is that $27,500, right? So you started with $25,000 in the bank at the beginning of the month. At the end of the month, you had $27,500 in the bank, right? So you added an extra $2,500 in cash, right? That's basically what happened into your business. So hopefully that made sense.
Mom, I want to do that instead.
Okay, when I'm done, okay? All right, let's go over to a little recap, okay? So a recap of these 3 financial statements, okay? Your balance sheet shows your business at a particular point in time, like I mentioned, cumulatively from when you started your books, hopefully at the beginning of your business, until the date that you run the report for, okay? And it also is going to outline the assets you have and who owns them, right? Your P&L or your income statement shows your earnings over a period of time. So it could be for a specific month or a specific quarter or a specific year or set of years. And then your cash flow statement shows the actual cash coming in and going out, and then what the net result is over the period of time, right? Again, you can do that monthly, quarterly, yearly, okay? So if you are not regularly reviewing these 3 reports already, please make sure that you ask someone on your team to pull them for you. And then the really important part here is that you start setting aside some time to read and understand them, okay? At least quarterly, but ideally you would do this monthly to really keep your eye on the ball, right? Now, if you don't have a team member that can guide you in understanding what these financial statements mean for your holistic practice, just feel free to comment guide in the chat, and I will personally reach out to you to see how I might be able to support you, okay? And then as always, remember, if you have small business friends you think could benefit from this information, please feel free to share this video with them via Messenger, tag them in the comments, okay? It's always a pleasure to serve you. I'm so happy to be here every week, and I am looking forward to seeing you all again next week. As a reminder, my DMs are open. If you don't feel comfortable just commenting that you need help, right? Feel free to slide into my DMs, let me know what's going on, and we can chat from there, okay? I hope that you all are having just an amazing week. I'm gonna stop sharing this so we go back to my face. Yay. I hope you're having an amazing week. I hope that the beginning of this year has been phenomenal for you so far, and that we are all just gonna continue to grow from here, okay? Until next week, let's do it.